All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Julia Lehman, and I'm interviewing Mr. Dauphine. Can you please tell us what you do?
My name is Dauphine. I am the color guard instructor for Charlotte High School, Lemon Bay High School, and the choreographer for Lemon Bay High School's theater department.
Okay, and how long have you been doing that for?
I have been teaching color guard this is my 4th year now, and this is my 2nd or 3rd year consecutively for theater.
Okay, amazing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's get into the interview.
Sure.
First question, how do you communicate with your students, parents, and colleagues?
Well, if they have any questions in person, of course, they're always able to come up and ask me. But my main thing that I use is Remind and Band app for my color guards. I give my personal phone number to all of the parents and teachers that I work with and kids that I have, just in case they need to get direct contact with me. If there's an emergency or anything like that, they have the ability to do so.
Okay. What are your favorite classroom strategies for student learning and for classroom management?
Well, having leadership in the band program definitely helps. I know that I would not be able to do a lot of the stuff that I do, specifically because my time is split between multiple programs without my leadership for my color guard programs. Another way is just as much time as I possibly can going into class and teaching and working with my students. And whenever they do get those moments where they're struggling on something and I give them some kind of bit of information worded a separate way and it clicks and they get it and the light bulb goes off and it's like, cool, now we can get back on track.
All right. What information can you provide me about the Florida system for school improvement and accountability?
Well, the Florida system for
school improvement and accountability.
I definitely think, and this might be a little bias here, but I definitely think the arts are underpaid.
Okay.
Specifically for the amount of hours that we work a week and the amount of effort that we have to put into something like a show and choreography. It's not just our teaching time. It's the planning of the show. It's the finding the choreography, getting the choreography down, and then going in and teaching. And sometimes we're not paid for those things. And it isn't the greatest, but I do what I do just because I love what I do.
All right.
So I would definitely say like improving some stipends and some pay there.
Okay. How do you collect and use data from formative and summative assessments to monitor learning gains and student progress?
Well, I'm kind of in the area that I don't really have assessments in the sense of paper assessments or anything to put into the gradebook specifically. Since I do everything that is live performance based, the only way that I have the ability to adjudicate somebody would be through watching them perform the dance or the choreography or whatever it may be. And then at that point, I just go in and look at their understanding of the skills and the concepts that have been provided. And if they do have adequate comprehension of those skills, then we can proceed forward with other more involved choreography and things like that. But until I see that within myself and I feel comfortable, I'll kind of wait on those things.
Okay. How do you align your formative and summative assessments with standards? So
I guess that would be just by ears and eyes and just going off of what I feel. And if I don't feel that my color guard or dance team is ready, then we'll keep working on a section.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Tell me about your use of multisensory instruction to improve student achievement.
Well, everything I do is with my hands, basically. So I have something in my hands at all times that is different textures, is different weights, is different consistencies, things like that. So that definitely helps with keeping myself on track and keeping me focused. But I know it also does for my students as well, because if they have a piece of equipment or 8 counts of choreography, they're going to work on those because it's fun and interesting and they love that this move does this or that the flag is purple.
Yeah, okay. How does the standards you teach affect the scope and sequence of your curriculum?
Well, specifically since I do work in performance-based curriculum, we have to start with the more basic routines and transitions and stuff like that, and then work our skill levels up from there and start adding in more difficult choreography as the show goes on.
To what level does the scope and sequence of your standard-based curriculum drive your instruction decisions?
It does nothing but drive it. I have to be constantly looking at who I have that is in my program, and I have to be thinking of who would possibly have a little bit of issue with these 8 counts or these 16 counts or something like that, and I have to take that into mind for those students that do. I have to make sure that it's in the scope of their abilities, but while also pushing the envelope just enough for them to get out of their comfort zone without making them feel like they can't do it. If that makes sense.
Yes.
Cool.
One thing that I should note here, I'm going to say it just so I don't forget to put it in my paper, is that performance-based classes, they get students that have absolutely no experience prior. So, you know how in a regular math or science class you have different levels that you achieve. With your rhythmics, it's a little different because they get a lot of students that actually don't know how to even throw a flag or to even hold it.
And honestly, it really starts freshman year. It's not offered to anything elementary or middle school based. So come freshman year, we're starting a whole new different set of skills.
Yeah, so it's very interesting. And last question, how do you incorporate character-based practices into your classroom management?
Well, it just depends on the show and themes like that. Like for Lemon Bay High School's marching show, it is Bon Jovi themed. So we're doing a kind of 80s themed costumes, big smoky eyes. We have a lot of these in there for choreography, things like that. Just channeling very much 80s vibes. My marching show at Charlotte High School is Stranger Things. So we're pulling lots of black and red and lots of body movements that look like tentacles and stuff like that into theming and general effect for a show. And if I don't really have those things, I don't have a show. Color guard is the color and performance of marching band.
Yeah, I agree. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Dauphine. Once again, I am Julia Lehman, and I am going to ask, because I forgot to mention it, do I have permission to record you?
Of course, yes.
Do I have permission to turn it into a YouTube link so I can use it? All right.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you for your time.
Yep.